Hey everyone, and welcome to 2026. I am so excited for a new year and a fresh start, but it's not going to be a clean break from 2025. In today's video, I want to talk about everything I'm bringing with me from 2025 and going to continue to use into 2026. Let this be sort of a best of 2025, a roundup of my favorites from the favorites. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, every single month without fail for 15 years now, 15 plus, I do a monthly favorites video where I talk about what my favorites were from the month in the categories of beauty, clothing, accessories, and lifestyle or home products. So what I've done here is go through all of those. I've narrowed it down, I think, to everything that's just new to me in 2025 and what I want to still bring with me and use into 2026. This is not an exhaustive list of all of my favorites. We would be here a really long time, and most of you have commented and said you prefer it under 25 minutes. So I've taken up enough time getting to the point. Let's get to it. So let's start with clothing, and we have to start with Quince. Instead of saying yes, everything from Quince is a favorite, which is not everything, but I'm gonna just highlight the most worn. So let's start with what I have on right now. I love their cashmere, but if I had to narrow it down to just one piece, which is really hard. It's like picking a favorite child. It kind of depends on the day. I'm gonna go with the oversized crewneck cashmere sweater. Oversized because I think it just gives you a little more versatility. You can tuck it in, you can wear it long, almost tunic length style. Go with your true size with this. Crewneck because while I think a V-neck is a little more flattering, it's not as functional when it's cold outside. And there is a difference in the quality of the cashmere on this oversized versus their basic $50 intro to cashmere. I like them both, but if you're gonna buy one, if I'm gonna have to buy more, which I'm planning on maybe getting one more color in this, I have quite a few, I would say the oversized cashmere sweater, hands down. Next, let's talk about jeans. This one's kind of funny because I did mention this, I think the first time as a favorite in January 2025, and it's the Luna Flare jean. I love how it's not a full-on wide leg, it's not an exaggerated flare, it's just a really wearable silhouette for a lot of body types, comes in a few inseam lengths, a ton of washes. Now, I do have my eye on a different silhouette that I want to try this month, but for right now, have to say the Quince Luna Flare jeans, one of my absolute favorite. I can't narrow it down to one, but my favorite pair of jeans from Quince. Next, let's talk pajamas. So 2 pairs of pajamas from Quince. First, the linen one. That's a little bit of a seasonal item. However, if you're like me and you're a hot sleeper or you have night sweats, let's just say, the linen pajama set is a game changer. It'll keep you warm enough when you need to be a little warmer, cool enough when you need to be cool. Do not size up in this. I did. It's ridiculous how big it is. Just get your true size. I love them. And then if you want a little more warmth or you don't love linen, the linen is soft. It gets softer over time, but if you want like a truly soft tensile experience, their bamboo PJ set, love those for right now, but I wear them, I think I mentioned them for the first time as a favorite back in August, so I've worn them in the summer as well. Both of those, I can see where I need to rein it in. Next, let's talk about the Oxford cloth button down. It's a classic. They have it in white and the classic Oxford blue. I prefer the blue. I have them both. I love it so much. I got 2 of them. So if one's dirty, I have another one to reach for. You can wear it year round. It's super versatile. It's a beautiful piece. It's also oversized, just get your true size. The last of my Quince favorites, and I have an exhaustive list. This is not it. This is gonna be weird, and I did get this out of my laundry hamper, so it's a little wrinkled. They're micro-ribbed tanks. I love them. They keep their shape. The strap is wide enough to cover my bra strap. It has great coverage. It's not see-through. The ribbing just gives it a nice little added texture. It layers well under so many things. You can buy them in a 3-pack for even more of a discount. They're very, very budget friendly. It's a basic, it's a favorite, it needs to be mentioned. If I had to pick one more pair of jeans, jeans are my most worn item of clothing, I would say. Any kind of Chico's wide leg jeans. The year started off with their wide leg frayed jeans. They never keep anything pretty much permanently, so there's a new iteration of it every few months. I will link to the most current version that I own that is a favorite. But if you have never tried Chico's denim, you are missing out. It feels like premium denim, super soft, lightweight. If you've always found jeans to be a little bit too tight, too heavy, too binding, if you're the person who would say, I would never wear a pair of jeans to travel in, try the Chico's jeans. They almost feel like the Rag & Bone sweatpants jeans. It's that level of softness and lightness, so give them a try. Next, let's hop over to Amazon for just a little bit. I have to highlight this blouse because I've reached for it over and over and over. I have it in several colors right now. They're showing it in limited sizing and limited colors, but I have a feeling as we move into spring, it'll pop back up. It's the Seersucker ruffle neck blouse. I love it just on its own. I think seersucker is a fun fabric to wear from early spring into, I'd say, early fall. You can wear it on its own, tucked into said jeans or any kind of bottoms. Layered, I think it would look so cute peeking out under this sweater even now. It's different, it's very flattering, and like I said, I bought 3 colors, I believe, so put my money where my mouth is with that one. Another favorite from Amazon clothing are these modal wide leg pants. I cannot get enough of these. These are great for everyday errands. These are great for lounging around the house. They're great for travel. I think it's a nice alternative to leggings or heavy sweatpants. You can easily dress them up, obviously dress them down. They come in, I believe, 3 inseam lengths, dozens of colors. I just love everything about them. I love the whole modal line from this brand, but if I had to pick one favorite to talk about today, the modal wide leg pants are the way to go. I have them in an extra small in the short length. And then the last clothing favorite from Amazon is this vegan leather dress. I felt like $1 million in it. It is not $1 million. It is currently $38.88, just to point that out. There's different reasons why I would recommend something as a favorite. And in this particular case, I think it's a beautiful dress, but I also felt incredibly beautiful in it. I just think it's super figure flattering. I love all the colors it comes in. Obviously, this one is a little more seasonal. Yes, you could probably wear a leather dress in summer. I just don't know why you would want to, even if it's faux. But for fall, winter, and even into spring a little bit, I think this one is outstanding. A couple of other favorite clothing pieces. These, I'm gonna call them convertible pants from Athleta. Now, these are not new to 2025, but they were mentioned a few times as favorites, and they continue to be favorites, and they are staying in my closet. They're a convertible cargo type pant, and what I love about them is that you can wear them tapered in almost jogger style, but if you prefer a straighter leg style, there's a snap at the cuff. You just unsnap it, and you have basically a second pair of pants. I love how versatile they are. Because they're made by Athleta, they can be easily worn for more active activities. The material lends itself to that. You could definitely use them for just taking the dog out for a walk. If you want to do a hike in them, you would be the best dressed hiker on the mountain, but you absolutely can. They are fantastic for travel, business casual. You can just get a lot of use out of them. If you can find them on sale, even better, and I would say that they run true to size. You know what? I forgot an Amazon favorite. This striped vest. Have to include it because I own so many of them. They are great on their own. Where I live, San Antonio gets super hot, so obviously I'm a huge fan of anything sleeveless. But if you're not a huge fan, they layer very nicely over tees, other tanks. I love the idea of wearing them under a blazer for a little pop of color or fun underneath a basic blazer or cardigan. They're very comfortable. They're bra friendly, machine washable. Definitely a favorite. And then the last favorite, I'm into modal in a big way. I love how it feels. This modal jacket, it's a double zipper jacket. So obviously it zips up and down like normal from the top, but you can also unzip it from the bottom to create more of an hourglass shape. I have worn it for travel. I have worn it by itself with nothing underneath it. I have worn it with this underneath it. I have it in the cream. I have it in the black. It also comes in a slate blue. I've worn it with the matching modal pants, which I'm not going to include as a favorite. I don't want to overwhelm you with all the modal. I have worn it to go to the gym as a workout jacket as I'm warming up before I get pretty warm, wearing it into my workout. There's just so much you can do with it. Wearing it as a bed jacket, it goes on and on and on. Machine washable, dryer friendly, super soft, love the quality, had to include it. All right, let's talk accessories. So 2025 for me was absolutely the year of the loafer, and a few standouts that are coming with me into 2026. This one is not new to 2025, but still available. I just wore it yesterday, as a matter of fact. These are from Sam Edelman. I love this color specifically. I love how the sole blends in with the color of the suede. These are great for travel because they have almost like a sneaker sole to them, so super, super comfortable. I love this color. It is still available in other colors as well, but this one is my favorite. Next is this guy that I raved about for months, and it's well worth it. It looks very much like the Gucci leather horse spit loafer. This one's from Quince, and I wore this to walk like over 10,000 steps as I toured USC campus with my niece, and it felt like I was wearing sneakers. So I have to give a shout out to these. And then also, I'm so happy to see that there is at least one color still available in the Time and True buckle loafers. I love these. The slate blue, it's essentially this color, is still pretty much available. I think it kind of depends on where you are, but if you can snatch them up in any other color, I'm still wearing these. I love, love, love them. I tried to stay organized for the clothing section. We're just gonna jump around here. So next, this cashmere baseball hat. I bought it in 2024 in navy, got it in 2025 in this camel color. I think they have 3 other color options as well. I may have mentioned I live in San Antonio, so we don't get crazy cold here. This works really nicely as a winter hat. It's a great little fall winter accessory, and I love it. It also is lined with like a Sherpa kind of lining. It's fantastic. Let's talk about, I have to say, the standout purse. It's hard to narrow it down, but the standout purse for 2025 is this guy. This little Longchamp lookalike crossbody, has the fun little snap here, zipper across the top. It has a zipper pocket on the inside. It's fully lined. This is the one I've reached for the most. I love it, especially for just run around everyday travel, especially if it's inclement weather. I don't have to worry about this getting ruined. Fantastic for airplane travel specifically, because I can put everything I need at my fingertip, like my ID, my headphones, sunglasses, just little things that I want right away, and walk around the airport with this out. And then when we go onto the airplane and they only allow you the 2 items, this will stick down into my personal item, and then I can just yank it back out. Anyway, I love this thing. I have it in one other color that's a little bit more of a deeper tan, but this is the color combo that I wear the most. Let's talk about a few shoes. We could do an entire video. This is taking a lot of self-restraint, but I think these have to be a favorite. Started with these from Pella Moda. I hope they're still available. I got these, I want to say during the Nordstrom anniversary sale. They just go with everything. It's an easy heel to walk around in because of the blockiness of it. Actually, if it's sold out, it doesn't even matter because I found an exact lookalike on Amazon. Now, I ordered them in the black, so I didn't have 2 of the same color, but they do have that color in this Amazon version. I think they look fantastic with a pair of wide leg or flare leg pants. And then 2025 was also the year I really embraced sneakers, not just because it's a fashion statement, but because I tore my calf muscle in August and was stuck in sneakers for a while, and I wanted some cute pairs. And so I invested in 2 of these. At first I got them in black, then I got them in this color. They do come in a few other shades. I love them. They are an investment sneaker. I have tried to find lookalikes. I have found similar, but nothing that has just nailed it that stays in stock. Now, I did swap out the laces for the lace, the kind that don't lace up. They're just stretchy, so I can just wear these like a slip-on shoe, which makes me love them even more. These are great for travel. They're super, super comfortable. I personally think they're worth the investment as long as they fit in your budget. I had one pair of sunglasses that really stood out to me from last year, probably because prior to that, I just kept buying the same model of sunglasses in different colors, and I still love them. But this was new to me for 2025. I'm absolutely bringing them into 2026, and I may buy another pair in a different lens and frame color combination. I will link them directly to the retailer, but I also discovered they are available on Nordstrom. So if you want to rack up some Nordstrom points, I'll include the link to Nordstrom as well. Now let's talk a little bit about jewelry. This Lynx necklace. I have pulled this out and worn this with so many outfits, shared this so many times. It is right under $30 as I'm filming this video. There is a matching bracelet. I don't reach for that as much. This just makes every outfit, it's so easy, and I love the price point. Now we need to talk about earrings. We have a few, but they're actually the same pair kind of over and over. First, this brand was a new to me discovery. It's been around for a very long time. The brand is called Susan Shaw. It's been around, I think, as long as I have been alive, which is over 50 years. What's embarrassing about this is not just that I didn't know about this brand, it's from San Antonio where I live. So sorry, Susan Shaw, but I'm catching up. So I love this particular style of earrings so much so that I got them again in this beautiful hot pink and this gorgeous like jewel toned blue. So pretty. And I am going to continue to add to my collection and more colors. I have some other Susan Shaw pieces that I really, really love, but these earrings, obviously since I have 3 of them, have to be the favorites. Another earring I just couldn't get enough of, and I'm pretty sure maybe these aren't new to 2025, but My video, my rules. The teardrop earrings, whether it's the bigger chunky style, I have it in gold. I have a smaller style in silver. I believe these are supposed to be inspired by a Bottega Veneta version. I got mine from Amazon. You cannot tell the difference. And sticking with Amazon, these might have to be the earrings of 2025. I don't know what you call these. I think Amazon calls them the chunky button oval earrings. I have them in this gorgeous green. I have them in turquoise. I have them in sort of a lavenderish shade. I have them in like a navy blue. That look really cute with this as well. I think that's it. That's it. I think I have all of the colors now. I don't know, but obviously I love them. I think they're very classic. I think they're very elegant. They're understated. They add a pop of color without being too much, too garish. Love them. Beauty could be its own video. In fact, it was its own video. I did a Best of Beauty 2025 and we are hitting a time limit already, a self-imposed time limit, but still. So I'm gonna link to it right here. I will keep the links of my top favorites down in the description box if you would rather not sit through that video, but I wanna get to the next category. And since I did an entire dedicated video just for beauty, I think it's worth a watch, so go check it out over there. I will say I'm wearing a lot of it, so also check the description box to see what I am wearing. It is all linked. All right, let's get to lifestyle. For this one, definitely gonna have to pop in some pictures because I cannot fit my outdoor sectional into this space. I have coveted this for years, finally pulled the trigger and bought this outdoor sectional set that comes with a dining table. It's from Walmart, it's from their Better Homes and Garden line. Half of my furniture outside is from Walmart, specifically the Better Homes and Garden line. So if you're looking for amazing, high quality outdoor furniture that lasts in extreme sun and UV damage, check that one out. That was a recent purchase, but I love it. Also loving these nesting measuring cups. They're magnetic, so they stick together. So, I mean, they will come apart because they're heavy, but not too bad. And then they also came with the matching stack of measuring spoons. They don't take up a lot of room in the drawer. I can always find them when I need them. Absolutely love them. Also love, this was a game changer for me, this shoe organizer. I own far too many shoes and space is at a premium in my closet. And this just makes it so easy to stack up twice as many shoes in the same amount of space if you have the shelving. I have bought so many of these. I love them. Also gonna pop in a picture, mentioned I sleep hot. I do have a ceiling fan. I try to keep the AC as low as my husband will allow me without completely blowing our budget out of the water. But this Shark Turbo Blade fan was such an improvement in sleep quality. The way the airflow comes out, it creates almost like a cooling blanket across your entire bed. If you have night sweats or you're a hot sleeper and you're fighting with your husband over the thermostat, you have to check that one out. We've always had a Keurig for as long as they've existed, but last year we upgraded to the commercial size, not because it can do anything fancier than your right. In fact, it can do less fancy things than regular, but the water reservoir is the biggest. It was pure laziness why we bought this, but we love it. It means I have to fill it up less often, and that makes me happy. Also in the hot beverage category, oh, I love this so much. This Gooseneck electric tea kettle from the Beautiful line at Walmart. I make tea almost every day. Yes, I could get the hot water from the Keurig, but this is a slightly better quality option. I know the tea drinkers here are going, no, not from the Keurig. So this one boils it to a perfect tea steeping temperature. And I just love how pretty it is. And it sets on this little guy and you plug it in. I love it. And it does come in other colors, but I love the kind of off-white and matte gold accents. It's very elegant. I'm gonna pop in a picture of my caraway pans. I started with like the basic set, then I added the mini set, and then I added the bakeware set. I am eyeing their food storage set. I'm really impressed with Caraway as I've been trying slowly but surely to remove plastics in my home, especially around food. So impressed with the quality of them, the usability of them, and yes, they are pretty to look at as well. You may have noticed that I never recommend specific supplements or medications because I just feel like that is not advice you should be getting from an influencer of any kind on the internet. That is a conversation for a medical professional and yourself. However, I don't get enough water, I don't drink enough, I'm always dehydrated, I have a few medical conditions we're monitoring, and so I need to get blood drawn a lot. So this has been really helpful in all of those things. and this was recommended to me by one of my doctors. I would definitely look at the ingredients, make sure that nothing interacts with anything that you are taking or any conditions that you have. Don't use more than one of these a day. I don't use these every single day, but when I'm particularly thirsty or I'm traveling, it's one of those little electrolyte deals. And my personal favorite flavor is orange vanilla. I don't follow the directions. I dilute it in more water than it calls for because I think the taste is too strong if you do it at full strength. There are some that have stevia. There are some that don't. You pick what you like. There are lots of other brands as well, but I really like this one so far. I might have to use this one a little bit later today. Fabric shaver. This one is basic. It's from Conair. It does everything I need it to do. What do you use a fabric shaver for? Well, if you wear a lot of cashmere or wool sweaters, they will pill no matter how much it costs you, whether you got a $50 one or a $500 one. They all pill, and eventually you got to get the little fuzzies off. This thing is so fun to use. I use it on my throw pillows. I use it on my sofa, on coats, anything that's fabric. So if you don't have one of these, you will be shocked at how often you use one once you finally get them. Another lifestyle favorite, this was the year I finally got into Mackenzie Childs. And it started, it started with the tea kettle. But my favorite and most used item is this bowl set. Now you can buy the bowls individually, but the set is a better deal, and it comes with the large bowl, and then the medium bowl, and the small bowl. There is an extra large and an extra small bowl as well. Maybe one day I will get them, but this will do for now. And the pattern that I personally prefer for my home is called Sterling Check, which is kind of like a slate blue color. There are lots of options if this color is not for you, and it has definitely started a little bit of an addiction. I think they're still having a major sale. If they are, I will link that below. Another fun favorite from 2025, definitely coming with me, is my square edge phone case. I got it in the iridescent color. How fun is this? And the edges are square, and it brings me so much happiness, and it's so silly, and I love it. And then my last of the favorites that we're gonna talk about in this video is this broom bee. These are one of those things. It might not be the most glamorous item, but I use it all the time, and it makes my life easier. It's better than a regular broom because it doesn't have the individual bristles that don't catch every little thing. This is basically like a giant squeegee. Nothing gets past this thing. I have one for outside, one for inside. Fun fact, you can use it to brush or sweep your carpet, and it'll pull all the dog hair, cat hair, pet hair, anybody's hair or fur. It'll pull it up and get it out from it. It's fantastic. Great for outside as well. Every little speck of dirt it will get off your stoop. So highly recommend it. Broom bee. Who knew? Sweeping could be so fun with that. All right, my friends, that is it for my favorites from 2025 that I'm bringing with me into 2026. I do want to point out, if you do like hearing what my favorites are and you want to hear about them more than once a month, I do have a weekly newsletter that goes out every Friday morning, and I include 5 weekly faves there as well. I will put the link to sign up here and down in the description box as well. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun and a great start to 2026. Thanks for hanging with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.